Hello and welcome to Greater Tulsa Association of Realtors new member orientation online. I'll be taking you through a lot of information here, seeing as how you are a new member. This will be your orientation. So, first thing, irrespective of local dialect and custom, the term realtor has but one pronunciation. That's realtor. That's 2 syllables. Industry professionals pronounce it correctly. Take a look at your business card. If you could, just go ahead and make sure you've got this all taken care of. If you have realtor associate, that's incorrect if it's lowercase. Even capitalized, realtor associate. The second example, incorrect. Realtor associate in all caps, incorrect. The only correct way is realtor associate, then the R at the end. Now about NORES, Northeast Oklahoma Real Estate Services. 1951, a group of realtors in Tulsa formed the MLS. 1967, GTAR and MLS merged, became a wholly owned for-profit subsidiary of GTAR. 2000, the name changed to NORES, continues to be wholly owned by GTAR. And we have some NORES committees. We have the Bylaws, Rules, and Regulations, Keybox Committee, and Data Systems Committee. If you have a smartphone or a mobile device, Super Key will work with it. Realist Mobile, so you can get tax information. And you can get to MLS data. We have mobile access. You just go to tulsarealtors.com and log in like usual. Or you can use the Tulsa MLS app. It is in the App Store or the Google Play Store as Tulsa MLS. Here's some helpful email addresses and websites. You have tulsarealtors.com. That'll be the simple one. That'll be the one that you always go to. You go to Tulsa Realtors to log in. Never forget tulsarealtors.com. Now we've got the email help desk at tulsarealtors.com. That goes to a team of us that can take care of issues. No problem. And if it's not addressed to the right person, say you email the help desk, but you needed somebody in membership, they'll get it to the right people. Also, education at tulsarealtors.com. If you have any question whatsoever about class or your education hours, accredited hours, email education at tulsarealtors.com. And then for any membership questions, we have membership at tulsarealtors.com. All of these go to different teams, and they'll take care of you. This is what your main menu will look like once you log into tulsarealtors.com. As you can see, the first icon in there might be a little small, but it's CoreLogic Matrix. That is our MLS system. That's where most of the work will be done. You can search our MLS through Matrix. Next to that is Realist, our tax system. If you need information, Realist is one way to go. You can also get to Realist through Matrix. No big deal. We've also got Zip Form, Supra, Tour Factory, Find by Realtor, your Homes Connect button. That's so that you can manage your public profile on the tulsarealtors.com homepage. So anything that's facing the public, the Homes Connect button is where you want to go. It's also RPR, RE Technology, which is information for real estate agents. Clarity Direct Connect, you will only see that if you are a broker. And you'll see right next to that the Zillow dashboard. Okay, now you'll see underneath that first set, there's support where you can get to our knowledge base and ask us questions. Forms and contracts, our governing documents, if you're curious about a little bit more information on what our governing documents are. We have online education and we have register for classes. If you need to register for any class, click on register for classes. It's very important. And at the bottom, you can pay your bill, things like that. Okay, so NAR is the National Association of Realtors. Their website is www.realtor.org. And OAR is the Oklahoma Association of Realtors. They're at www.oklahomarealtors.com. Their phone number is 1-800-375-9944. OREC, or OREC, Oklahoma Real Estate Commission. www.orec.ok.gov. Their phone number is 866-521-3389. They're in charge of the OREC Uniform Contract of Sale and supplemental addendums. We also offer computer training here at GTAR. As you can see, that's the Matrix homepage up there, which suggests that, yes, we have 3 entire classes on Matrix that you can sign up and attend, hands-on classes. Poly is available to do in-office demos, lectures, hands-on videos, anything. We also have realist classes if you need more information on realist. Keys, MLS. That's your NORES fees. It's billed quarterly in advance. It's due on the 15th, and you'll get suspended on the first day of the second month if you have not paid. Now we're going to talk about accessing the MLS system. Go to TulsaRealtors.com. TulsaRealtors.com is not only your access site, there's a login in the corner that says Realtor Login, but it's also the public site. You want to send your people here if you don't have your own website. They can search the MLS and see a limited amount of data. That's why they use you, is because you can get all sorts of extra data, and you can actually interpret that data for them. The data may be there on different sites for them, but they need to make it meaningful, and they'll need your help. You may hear about IDX. This is the ability to display others' listings on your website. So if you have a real estate website and you want them to be able to search the MLS, IDX is the way to go. There are two options. There's the RETS data feed, which has a one-time setup fee. With RETS, what that is basically you're contracting out to another website. They say, we can work with real estate data. All we need is a RETS feed. We can get that set up and facilitated. And then there's the framed version of IDX, which is a link that you can put on your website where people can click it, and we take care of the rest. They can search through the MLS. Again, they're only seeing limited data. They're not seeing everything that you see. You have access to all sorts of data. They do not have all that. There's a setup and monthly fee for the framed version. If you need technical support, access our knowledge base. gtar.zendesk.com. Lots of information for frequently asked questions there. You can even submit your own. You can email helpdesk@tulsarealtors.com or call us on the phone, 918-663-7500. A copy of the complete NORES rules and regulations can be found by logging into TulsaRealtors.com and clicking on Governing Documents. That'll have all of our rules and regulations, things like that. Now here's a few rules for you as well. Listings must be entered into the system within 5 business days. Filing listing procedures. Question is, are you required to have your listings entered into the MLS system? The answer, right below, yes, unless you file a Form 9, which is the office exclusive. That must be sent to us within 5 business days. Now, the period for the active property data forms cannot remain active for more than 6 months. Once you reach 6 months, it will expire and you will need to re-enter the listing. It's not an issue if you have a contract that doesn't expire for a year, but you will have to re-enter it, and you can copy that information over as well. Now, how long do you have to make status changes? You have 3 business days. And here are some of the listing statuses. Active means it is currently for sale and on the market. You cannot tell people no showings until a future date in remarks. You just cannot do that. There's also pending status. What's a pending listing? When you look at a search results and you see pending, what does that mean? It means you have a signed, accepted contract. You're required to mark that listing pending. This is mandatory. Now, what's a contingent listing? People ask about this. If you have a signed, accepted contract, it may fall under the definition of a contingent listing. If it's contingent on the buyer's home being sold, you can mark it as contingent. If you have a short sale while you're waiting to hear back from the bank, it can also be marked as contingent. A withdrawn listing. Withdrawn means the listing agreement is still in effect, but the property is not being actively marketed. Times like the owners have company coming into town and don't want to show the house during this time. Anytime you withdraw a listing, you are required to send a copy of the withdrawal here, and this is an NAR mandated rule. You have to have a copy signed by the seller and the broker. A released listing means the listing agreement is no longer in effect. It releases the seller from their contract. Anytime you release a property, you're required to send a release status change form to the MLS. Just email any of these status change forms to helpdesk@tulsarealtors.com. Now, what's an expired listing? Expired works like a coupon. If it expires today, it's still good today. It's an automated system and will switch to expired at midnight. Once it's expired, That listing is free. Anticipated closing date. When you make a listing pending, it will stay pending forever and not expire because paperwork takes time. To make a listing pending, you are required to enter the anticipated closing date, and we monitor those dates. 7 days from the anticipated closing date, the agent gets an email to update their anticipated closing date or be subject to fine. Now you may have some questions about quoting square footage. Well, there are 4 square footage fields. There's a house size, which is a range broken up by 250 square feet, so 250 by 500, 500 by 750, etc. That's not required. Home square foot is a required field. If you put 0 for the square footage, you have to put not reporting square footage for your source. If you put a number higher than 0, here are your source choices: courthouse records, building permit, or an appraisal. An appraisal can be a full appraisal or an appraisal measurement. Square foot 2 and 3 fields, or if you have multiple sources of square footage. Board recommendation is that you provide all or none for quoting square footage. Now regarding photos, time of this presentation, 36 photos is the maximum amount of photos that we allow on a listing. We'll strive to keep our photo max the same as Realtor.com, so they won't have 40 and we'll be lagging behind with 36. We'll try to keep up. Must be of the real estate that is for sale, not families, not animals. Primary photo must be the exterior front of the home. Reasoning behind this is so that you know what you're looking for when you are driving down the street trying to find a property. You'll see that exact same home. Biggest violations are typically lake properties because the back of the house is the prettiest side. The purpose of the main front photo being used is for identification purposes. Like I said, driving down the street trying to find the property. Now regarding your media and any remarks that are visible, no self-promotion, you cannot put any names down, no phone numbers, no websites for people to go to, period. Those will be violations of our rules. Remarks must contain factual information. If you offer a bonus, it must be entered into the broker remarks a certain way. $500 to cooperating broker. Can never state that the bonus goes to an agent. Always goes to the broker. Can never state or imply that the compensation for the cooperating broker is coming from the seller. Cannot do this. So here's a few questions people have. Can I share my password or key with someone? What if they're my spouse? What if they're a team member? What about my broker? Password and key information cannot be shared, period. Never share this information with anybody. There's a $1,000 fine for both yourself and your broker if it is shared. If you have someone needing to work as you, we have systems in place to allow this. Please call our membership department, 918-663-7500, to explore which option will be right for you. If you have people that need to work as you for whatever reason, we have ways that you will never need to share your password. It's a recipe for disaster if you start sharing your password. And that is new member orientation. Good luck.